internet persons. I'm Jason Ward from MakingStarWars.net, and today we got Fuddruckers Rob, as always. Fuddruckers Rob, and we got Bespin Bulletin, because today we had information, and our information it kissed and made a little baby.
I need to change that logo and just make a Fudd Roberts.
Fudd Roberts. Yeah.
I get $1 billion, Jason. I'm just gonna make my own knockoff. Fudd Roberts.
That's your thing. Your ancestor's pirate name.
But here's what I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna call it Fudd Roberts, and I'm just gonna rip off the way it looked in 1991 and just make that version of Fuddruckers. Like, I'm going back to the old branding. And they want to sue me over it, then they can. Like,
no, they'll be like, "Who wants food from 1992? Nobody. It's gonna fail."
Me. If I got $1 billion, you can do whatever you want, right?
So this is your Trey Parker, Matt Stone, Casa Bonita.
Yeah,
this is your
Fudd
version.
Roberts.
Fudd Roberts.
Yeah. We should invest in it like Larry David in Curb. You know, we should all put money into this endeavor, and like hopefully it works. You know,
and
we'll have Fortnite championships there.
Oh, okay. We're definitely invested in it.
We'll call them Fudd Nights.
Right? Fudd Nights. Yeah. Fudd Nights.
We've got a business plan sorted. This is it.
Yeah.
So
I like how in Bespin is.
He's already he's got his checkbook out.
Tomorrow he wins Brexit Lotto, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a thing, Jason. And
Brexit Lotto.
And then he takes his winnings and he just invests in Fudd Roberts against his family's wishes, and it's great.
Right here we have little Ahsoka popping out right here. Popping out of the thing.
This is how you do it.
I was after I'd already done the featured image and scheduled the show, Bespin was like, "Oh, you should make Elon blue, like he's Thrawn or something." I guess that's what you were hinting at, right? You were like,
"Well, he's the true villain, you know.
He's the true Thrawn." Yeah, she has problems. She has birds and blue guys.
Before. He looked like Elon, you know.
Yeah, he did. He did. Thrawn does look like Elon, so this is kind of a funny story. This is kind of life imitating art or whatever.
Except he doesn't look at your art and figure you out. He looks at your memes and figures you out. Right?
Oh shit! Yeah, he does. He's like, he puts everything through a 4chan filter and then figures out exactly how to dismantle you.
I have looked at Santa's memes and I have deemed him the capitalist.
Yeah. So all right, so here's the story. Star Wars Ahsoka footage planned to release last weekend delayed due to Twitter issues by BespinBulletin.com.
I had no idea how to make this a sexy title.
Yeah, we were going back and forth on it. It's a weird one, right? I mean, it's because and here's the other thing is I haven't read the I don't know if I've read like the final version of the article yet. I read the first one. Did you edit it at all? I read the first one. No. But basically like this story, everybody's just a little bit like, we don't know what we're gonna do. It sounds like, in my opinion, they're pretty fed up with Twitter at the moment. Twitter fucked up some stuff. And for the record, like, Lucasfilm has called me to bitch me out over the years. Man, Lucasfilm, stop it. Right?
Well, you gotta make cartoons if you
but you know, when they get mad, they never got mad because oh, you said Han Solo dies, fuck you. Like, that never happened.
You didn't like Joby Harold.
No, it was never that. It was never that.
Oh, okay.
It was like you fucking released the posters or something. That's when they cared. That's when they stopped being bejeweled. Yeah.
Did they care that we spoiled The Flash like a whole 3 months before it came out?
Oh, it's why it failed. So
it's also why Indiana Jones failed. We spoiled it. You know,
it was Indiana Jones failed. Yeah, that's why.
Did we jinx Deadpool?
Oh, Deadpool's fucking dead.
Spoil those who spoils the war. What's the line, Jason?
Dead puddle.
Hero goes
to Victor comes the spoils.
Yeah.
All right.
So, one of us needs to change our name to Victor so we can make that work for the show.
And thank you to everybody who's a channel member on YouTube. You can also support the show on Spotify if you listen to it as a podcast. And if you read Bespin Bulletin, you can follow Bespin Bulletin's Patreon, or you can give him a coffee if you just want to give him just the tip.
This is why I'm here, is because Rob supports me on Patreon, so this is my paid work for the month.
Well, that or he really gets annoyed, Jason, when he's on Santa's show, but I tip Santa. Like, yeah, he doesn't like that.
But
Did you
all
tip
right,
Santa
so
last week? I don't remember.
if he didn't,
I
that's
just
called
remember
stolen
Rob
valor.
like writing nice comments. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
You know?
Stolen
See, you
Christmas
can butter him
valor.
up, Jason. You can
He
butter
said
him up.
he said Santa and Bespin with a love heart. You know, I was like, I appreciated it.
All right. You may recall that Disney announced towards the tail end of last month that a special look at Lucasfilm's upcoming Disney Plus series, Ahsoka, was slated to debut at Essence Fest primetime during Disney's virtual showcase on Saturday, July 1st. As fans eagerly anticipated the footage's release, they were left empty-handed as the special look failed to release. Many online began speculating that the release of the special look was delayed due to issues that arose on Twitter that same day. Without warning, a vast number of Twitter users encountered a rate limit exceeded message when scrolling on the app with Twitter owner Elon the Thrawn Musk.
Elon Musketeer.
Elon,
Right?
real life Mola Ram mine owner Elon Musk. Later, adding that the social media juggernaut had implemented temporary limits to users on the platform, which saw the average non-verified user limited to viewing just 600 tweets a day, and paid Twitter Blue subscribers able to view 6,000 tweets a day. Hence, then both Blue subscribers and non-subscribers have had their view rates raised. But it's unclear if the limits have been lifted
Jason,
or when they will be. Yeah.
I blame me for this because I generally load up Twitter and just block 800 ads a day.
Yeah.
So you should have seen the ad that my friend Pevy had. It was encouraging somebody to like spy on their neighbors getting undressed. Like it was a.
They show you the ads you want to see, buddy. All right, you remember that.
They keep trying to sell me an oversized beanie. You know.
Yeah.
Like that's what I keep getting.
Hatfish.
Hatfish. That's what it is.
Yeah. does it have a fish on it? On
it doesn't,
that?
Unfortunately. Right. It looks very cozy though.
It says hatfish. There's always a bigger fish. At the time, this was merely speculation, and in the days that have passed, the speculation has only grown surrounding the topic. Now, within those days, both myself and credited Star Wars insider Making Star Wars have both. You're too kind. Have both heard individually from separate sources that the release of the special look footage was delayed due to the limits placed on Twitter over the weekend, and likely caused Disney and Lucasfilm to alter the release plans. Neither I nor Making Star Wars have heard as to when the special look will now release. Yeah, and for what it's worth, they were calling it a first look. Not the same thing, I'm sure. And basically, like, this little issue right now is going to have ramifications beyond this.
I brought that up the second this went down, Jason. I was like, how does this affect advertisers? Do they know that they're not able to fucking people are? I mean, I get like he's got 1 billion people charging $20 now instead of like 10 charging 800 million, but like they isn't that a form of fraud if you just, you know what I mean? Like you're expected to be seen and then all of a sudden, no, you know,
well,
I don't know how that.
Well, look at like the Twitter Blue users as well. Like they've paid for like certain features which they're no longer getting.
Like, yeah, I'm willing to like be laughed at and have things thrown at me. I like the Twitter Blue actual like features. I don't mind it. I was like, fine. I got my tax return. I was like, fucking. This is before it became what it's become. But I was like, fucking, I'll pay for the year on it because I hated the fact that he made it where the 2-factor was removed. I've had people trying to steal my shit for my whole Twitter existence as a Star Wars thing. And I'm like, yeah, I need 2-factor on this. I'm like, I'll just fucking buy it for the year. And I'm like, I like the idea of the features. But now that I've done it, I feel like a fucking clown, ripped off. It's not worth it. And with this right here, it's even not worth it. The only reason I have it is so that the readers and the viewers of the show and the site can see the content. That's the only reason why. I don't need anyone's validation from Twitter. And he has something. I think something else is going on here, honestly, too. I mean, this is like conspiratorial at this point, but it is so senseless and it makes zero sense. It's so fucking stupid that I'm like, I guess you can't pay your bills or something. There has to be something else at play here, because this as a policy is stupid, and people are kind of nice. People are kind of reasonable at times. If you said, hey, platform, a message came up and it said, data scraping is a really big issue. We want to nip it in the bud. We just want to get fucking past it for the next couple of days. Tweets are going to be, limited, and, a heads up on it too, would have been nice. Instead of just randomly, here we go. It's all off. You can't look at anything. You can't read. Fuck you.
And then he fucking gloats about it as well afterwards, and
then he acts like we're babies for being annoyed that we're inconvenienced. We're your fucking customers, you idiot.
Like, I know I'm like the smallest scale possible.
Yeah.
But like the views of my tweets have like gone down significantly. So the views of my articles have gone down massively from this. Like, so if that's affected me in like in a major way, like it's definitely going to be more of an issue for companies that, who make millions from Twitter,
right?
And promoting their efforts, trying to promote their product. And I don't know. I just don't see how this goes down well. I don't. Yeah.
Was it you who mentioned like the big Twitter accounts like discussing film or like retweeting their own shit at the moment?
Yeah, like they didn't used to retweet their own stuff, but even if you look at their views, like they still get a lot of views, but not to the extent that they were getting. So they're using like our methods, the smaller scale people, just who every few hours or whatever will retweet our article just in hopes that a couple more hundred people see it. Yeah, like so. Yeah, I think it's just a clusterfuck, and it's honest. Like that was for me, like felt like the last straw.
Yeah,
and I was like desperate for Blue Sky invited. I was like, I just need off. I need out of here.
Here's my thing though with Blue Sky, dude. It's ran by Jack Dorsey. And Jack, I really believe this is a form of collusion between Jack and Elon Musk. If I'm going to believe in any conspiracy theory, these two motherfuckers, you know what I mean, have colluded to just fucking pump and dump one thing into another. Like Musk is already up like 96 billion this year or something, so he can fucking tank this whole thing and not give two shits.
I don't think Blue Sky, by the way, is going to be the one that succeeds.
Yeah, the one I'm looking forward to, and I hate them all, dude. I hate them all. Just want you to know, I hate them all. Yeah. But the one that I'm going to move over to because it's convenient for me, whether it works or not, is probably Instagram? Threads.
Yeah. That's where
because I can just use my Instagram, and they'll probably give me a boost on my Instagram for using it too. You know what I mean? So and it has a name. Look, here's how I work. All right, I'm an image guy. You know what I mean? Not just image comics, but like a visual dude. And I'm like, I don't know what are you on my Blue Sky in today? I don't know what the fuck that means, right? But
you told me grow a beard and I would be more likable. That's what you said.
But taking the word thread when you're like, I started a thread, like that's already tied. It's already tied into like writing. You know what I mean? Like, fashion, the whole bit. So,
we'll talk about it a bit because it's in this article. But like, he's striking when the iron's hot. Everybody's in uproar about Twitter currently. He's lined up influencers and celebrities and everything to like begin promoting the service on the day of launch. And
wait, Zuckerberg hasn't talked to us at all. What are you talking about?
Yeah. No. I mean, he fucked Oculus Quest, right? But maybe if he fucks Twitter, I'll be okay with it. Yeah. It kind of balances out.
Did he fuck Oculus Quest, or did he just try to have a pet project that was stupid?
They stopped promoting games when that thing came out, when they started focusing on meta. Before it was all about the new Star Wars game, the new fucking what's the Beat Saber, blah 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 blah. And the minute
Beat Saber Queen came out, it's really fun, Rob. I like it.
The minute he moved, you wouldn't know it came out though, because they don't talk about it. But like the minute they moved to the metaverse shit, they stopped talking about games.
Yeah. The Quest 2's games like lineup slowed the fuck down a lot too. Like it did. Like my son just pretty much plays VR chat and Rec Room all day. It's pretty much
for $1 billion. Think about how many games you could have funded. VR games. You know what I mean? You don't need 10 million to make a good VR game at this point,
Right. Like maybe they could have made like Tom Cruise's personal assistant the game, and you could have done that in VR.
Oh, you
Rob.
trying
Sorry,
to tickle
Rob.
my asshole? You trying to tickle my asshole?
Sorry, Rob.
You want to just put your finger down there? Give me a little tickle pick.
I
huh?
shouldn't know. Oh
Huh?
man, I'll show you the money.
You can tickle me. Go for it, buddy. It's all yours, baby.
The Twitter upset over the weekend. This is back on bestmanbulletin.com. Is seemingly still ongoing, with users seeking out Twitter alternatives such as Blue Sky and Mastodon. Seemingly keen to capitalize on Twitter's current issues, Meta, the company behind Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, is gearing up to release their Twitter competitor, Threads, this Thursday. And I'm gonna mess with it. So if you guys want to,
Me too.
You know, I'm on Instagram. That's Making Star Wars, and that will carry over.
We get to
Threads.
keep the handle. Yeah. So when people log into Threads, they'll be able to follow the people they follow on Instagram. So ahead of time, follow like all three of us on Instagram, so you can easily find us when Threads does launch.
You don't have to follow me.
Follow Rob.
Follow Rob.
Don't leave me alone.
Follow
Rob. You don't want any of this.
Follow Rob and give him drawing tips. Don't do that. He'll just block you. He'll just block
All right. I'm blocking Jason right now.
Oh man, that's fair. That's fair. To be fair, Rob, I got good news for you. With like 60 Rotten Tomatoes reviews, Mission Impossible is like 100% right now.
Hey,
So
look, I could get if it had a
happy.
10% tomato meter, I'm still going. I'm excited. So
because you're in the cold, I know, but I'm saying it looks like it's going to be a good movie, and you don't have to. You don't have to play. You don't have to pretend to keep.
It scares me that there's going to be people in the theater, but like I told you, here's the thing, man. We got some people out there that think like you're going to hurt my feelings if you tell me a movie I like is not going to make any money. Just so you know, like none of the movies I loved as a kid, The Rocketeer made no money. All right, you know what I mean? Like relatively speaking, Mortal Kombat didn't make a lot of money compared to like the movies that the Forrest Gumps of the day. I wasn't a Forrest Gump. I like The Crow. That made no money. Mm-hmm. I'm used to the shit. The shit I love. No one cares.
You've always said that Jenny was a rapist, and I agree with you.
She is a rapist. She
is
mentally challenged.
She is. I mean, that's weird. All right, the app is.
It's weird.
Anyway, it's weird, dude.
It's a weird movie. That movie. That movie should not have beaten Shawshank. I'm sorry.
No, definitely not. Anyways, So Bestman goes on to write. Threads is coming out this Thursday. The app is a text-based social media platform similar to Twitter. It's a fucking clone. Basically, with users simply needing to sign in with their Instagram account to begin posting on the app. It's been reported that Threads already has a lineup of influential celebrities ready to promote the app upon its Thursday launch, including Oprah Winfrey. Are you fucking kidding me, Bestman?
The only name that came out with it.
Jason, they gonna have me, and guess who we gonna get? We gonna get D. Bradley Baker. He's
shit!
Clown. He's gonna be clown.
Do we have an account for every voice he does? Like
yeah,
all 37 of the Bad Batch?
A thread. Now we're gonna have a thread for every voice he does. Gotta keep it on brand, Jason. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you subscribe to me, you're gonna get a big pink thread. No, big pink thread. No.
Wow.
Unless you're Sam Jackson, you get a purple thread. That's how I like it.
So Bestman personally plans on being active on Threads app at launch. So be sure to follow him on Instagram ahead of time so you can easily find him on Threads. And me too. As to what
you gonna be active with me? You gonna be active with me?
No, Dave. No. Dave, do you want a Zima? A Sprite? I mean, a Zima?
I'm on cruise control, Jason. 66 miles per hour the whole time. I don't have to drive. No. I like it. You don't have to look at the thing or nothing. It just goes.
So, as to what the Ahsoka footage set to be released at Essence Fest was, nobody truly knows. Like I said, it's the first look. So, probably just like, it's royal family here. And then it shows her like lightsabers.
What if Elon Musk says if you buy a Tesla, Twitter will work for you? Like, it only works if you buy a Tesla. Would you buy a Tesla?
I can't afford to buy new tires for my car. I can't afford a fucking Tesla.
Yeah,
what if he put you on a student loan like plan? You know what I mean?
I don't want the debt.
Yeah. Okay. How about this? He lets us go work in the mines for a little while, and if we get diamonds, cool. If we don't get diamonds, it still counts. That's just time in the mine.
You've never watched the Clerks cartoon, Jason, but there's a whole
I did watch it,
Starfighter
Rob.
episode.
I just don't remember 2002 anymore.
I watch it every year. So there's a whole episode where the Last Starfighter spoof, but it's working in the mines from Indiana Jones.
Oh, okay.
And he's so good at it, they actually pick him up and then put him in a mine to work.
The only joke I remember is like the anime joke, and it's like now bear drive car or something like that. Does that make sense? That's the only joke I can remember right
That's now. The Transformers episode, the Transforming squeal. Yeah. No, this is hey man. So many good people wrote on that show that yesterday Kevin Smith did it. 2 days ago he did a new show, and he was like, I had just rewatched this with all the people in the theater, and this show's funny. That's the best thing we've ever done. Like, because there was like 5 dudes, man, and Paul Dini wrote on that. You know.
Yeah. Also wrote on the Clone Wars. A great show. You should try it. That would have been the best outcome. But I had personally lowered my expectations and was leaning more towards a behind-the-scenes sizzle reel of sorts. Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy previously unveiled behind-the-scenes footage of Ahsoka at Disney's Upfront event in May, with the footage being shown to those exclusively in the room. It's not unlike Disney to reuse footage used for other events and outings. Back in December 2020, Disney showcased a sizzle reel for Obi-Wan Kenobi, which featured a piece of concept art and footage of Ewan McGregor and Deborah Chow discussing the series at the shareholders meeting, which was available to the public, but that reel was held for back. It was later released publicly on Disney Plus in September 2021 on Disney streaming services. By the way, I think the Disney earnings call is August 4th. Is that what
they don't really stay a lot on the earnings call anymore?
They kind of did slow down, and I think when there's good news, they're a little bit more spectacular. But there's always a chance. Actually, with the writer's strikes, it's probably going to be really boring. But nonetheless, I think it's August 4th. I'm undoubtedly sure that the promotion for the Ahsoka series will ramp up later this month. An official trailer will likely release within the next 3 weeks ahead of the series debuting on August 23rd. So that's our.
Do you think on the earnings call they're going to elaborate about George's purchase of Star Wars? I think that's where they'll make the announcement that they've sold it because they earned the money, right? They would have earned all that money.
Okay, I've actually already seen some of the teleprompter, and it starts with, "Ladies and gentlemen, I am Bob Iger, and over the last few years, Disney has gone woke, and therefore they've gone broke. And I'm here to tell you we failed." Now that's how it's going to begin. But anyways, I think that it's I've heard that after what was already in motion, the promotion for Star Wars moving forward was going to change drastically. That if they knew that they had already kind of, the old methods weren't working anymore, and this is before Indiana Jones failed hard. The old methods weren't working. They were going to start changing things around and doing promotions a lot differently going forward. Disney Plus could have done better at times, and just the cookie cutter shit wasn't working. And in my opinion, it could be wrong, but I would not be surprised if all of that, as it's being reworked right now, and Twitter's doing this right now, I would not be surprised if the Marvel and Disney stuff just starts sort of circumventing Twitter altogether moving forward.
Hey man, I'm looking forward to X-Men 97. It's the one I'm looking forward to. New cartoon.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with how they're going to promote it, Rob. What are you talking about?
Huh?
We're talking about.
I just wanted to talk about X-Men 97. Yeah, I just want to clarify too. I did not try to buy Star Wars. I was trying to buy Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Oh yeah,
I couldn't secure that deal. Yeah, I tried.
Yeah,
that old man's cold. He's got a lock on all that Waller bridges,
right?
Bridges of Madison County and all that moles.
Rob, somebody tell Rob to tell George that pretty sure you were just trying to buy a Phoebe Bridgers record, and then now you think you're trying to buy a human because you believe you're a white slaver like Disney now, but you're not. You sold.
He wanted to fuck a robot. I tried to talk about it. It doesn't. I tried that once. It didn't work out. Yeah, that's how I came up with the Gonk droid. We used to call that Gonkin in the 60s.
Gonkin.
I was gonna make a Sizzler joke, like it's not a sizzle reel, it's a Sizzler reel, but I'm the only person who seems to enjoy Sizzler, so I cut that one out.
My daughter asked me to get Burger King before the show, and we drove by, and she's like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "That's a Sizzler." That happened today. That's
cheesy bread.
Yeah, cheese bread is good. But I mean, what I think this is kind of potentially exciting news, though. potentially. Is if everything is going to change and how the way that things are promoted, it's exciting for better or worse. It's exciting in that they may actually promote things in effective ways moving forward. They may try things that are more fun for us. And also, if they fuck it all up and they fail, we could go like, "What the fuck were they thinking?" So it sounds more fun than just the by the number stuff we've had. But
one thing I was wondering, like, no, he's taken a lot of inspiration from Zazie,
yeah,
right? The one thing he's been doing over there is cutting down on like marketing costs. I wonder if Disney are going to attempt to implement that, like in some of their strategies going forward.
Yeah. Would you say on the Flash?
But
yeah, I was going to say. Would you say on the Flash promotion they attempted to use like free distribution methods for a promotion like Twitter, and it just didn't really work?
I think that like a lot of that promotion was word of mouth of notable celebrities, like getting random quotes out from like Tom Cruise saying the Flash was great and Stephen King and
you little bastard, just throwing Cruise under the boat. Look,
no, that happened. That happened.
I know, but like he couldn't move the needle on fucking Flash for Zach.
And he posted a picture with the ticket because that's what he does with all.
Actually, he did post a ticket
and a Barbie, which by the way is projected to do fairly well. So if Barbie does do well, look, the fact of the matter is people have had like 5 years of Flash news with no movie in sight. That's the problem, you know. We've been talking about the Flash since before the pandemic.
That's not the problem. That's a problem. Problem.
It's a major problem.
With that movie, it's a problem. But I know what you mean, though. Like sometimes you just become desensitized from hearing about something coming for so long that when it finally comes, you don't care.
Well,
talking to you, Jessica. No, sorry.
So they were saying like the marketing for it was like half of what it was like initially planned for. You know, like it was reports from last year that they had to delay, like Warner Brothers had to delay various movies from last year into this because of their films underperforming and not having a marketing budget for those. Right. Like that's why people said that other reps of releases of like smaller movies, like Shazam's not small, but it's not as big as like The Flash, right? That there's very little promotion for that and for Magic Mike and all these other movies that released early on. You know, The Flash hit at a weird time in terms of promotion because obviously you couldn't send Ezra Miller out to do any press. You couldn't send. They decided not to send Keaton out to any of these things. All those like late night talk shows where like Keaton probably would have gone. Same thing with Harrison for Indy. Like they couldn't go there to promote it. Like
they're not around right now.
There's no, and that will help them, you know, in promoting certain things. But the Flash, like, I don't know. I'm just worried that at some point they're going to take the wrong stuff from Zaslav and
Dr. Pimple Popper, because that was his show.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it is. That's what Jason. You know, you don't. Careful what you wish for.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm of the opinion that because you had success promoting a show with like 1,000-pound lady who's now dead, it doesn't mean you should be selling us Batman. That's my opinion. It's just mine. You know.
I just had a bet with Filoni about that. You know, it's quite crazy you bring that up. Yeah. The exact bet. Yeah.
The exact bet. That she would die because she did. But yeah, no, I mean that's how that's where I like don't get me wrong, I'm not like Bob Iger, he's the best, he's so great. I mean, at the end of the day, these are all a bunch of fucking weirdos. But at least Bob Iger like has the approach of like, oh, let's put it in the hands of creators. They generally know better. But I'm daddy, and if daddy doesn't like it, then it doesn't happen. And
also, like, this false Pixar to make sequels to all these films they didn't want to make sequels to. Like, just because we need some money. Let's lay off like thousands of people.
Right. And then and today I saw people like I'd say like DC fans, you know, rightfully so, saying where's the promotion for Blue Beetle? Right. And it's like, exactly. And I think it's cute that that they think that they even have the money to promote Blue Beetle right now, based off of the things that we've heard over the last year about having needed, you know, like was it you were the one who told me I think initially that like they needed like Black Adam to perform to promote other movies.
Right? They was like the movies are supposed to come out after Shazam was one of them. Shazam was supposed to come out in December, and then they delayed it to February, March, whenever it came out.
Yeah.
Certain movies underperformed, so they couldn't do it. And it's the same thing I'm wondering for this year. Like, the movie I'm most anticipating this year is Dune Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
The first film did well considering it released on HBO Max the same day. Like, he still made 400 million in 2021. Like,
Right.
is he gonna fuck up Dune? Is he?
Yes.
He's seemingly not fucking up Barbie. Like, that is everywhere on social media at the moment. That's a hype train.
Women socialize, bro. Like, if you hit the female audience just right. I don't like the way that came out, but you know what I'm saying. If you
Like with the flying elbow?
That's not a good one. All these are gonna get me in trouble.
You meant romantic.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But if you engage with them correctly, you make something they love, they will fucking tweet the shit out of it. You know?
Rob, I'm all over.
Yeah, right there, Will. I'm telling you. Sorry.
I'm going there day one for Barbie. I'm going there first, and then I'm seeing Oppenheimer. I'm doing the double feature. I'm there.
Yeah.
You know, Ryan Gosling is me. You know.
If you say it 3 times a day, you can manifest that.
He's literally me. I relate to him so much. You know.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty much like the same guy. Like it's like
100%. Yeah.
You have the same rollerblades.
It's like him or like George Costanza. Like it's like 3 clones all just lined up against the wall. When I see like if I put you guys all together, can't tell the difference.
Yeah. It's like the evolution of man going from Costanza to me to
to Ryan Gosling.
You know what? They made a whole movie about that called Howard the Duck. There's a whole they have a whole scene where they show you. It goes Cro-Magnon, Duck, Bespin, Ryan Gosling. It's right on the wall.
Yeah.
Tim Robbins.
It's kind of like Encino Man as well. But
also, not for nothing though. And I want to be fair to this ballooning budget thing we've all been talking about lately. Every movie's got a giant budget. I mean, I really did some digging on that, and the COVID protocol stuff really did add $100 million to like Mission Impossible. Probably added $100 million to Indy. Like no one was prepared. You got to understand. It's not like just buying.
Bespin. He knows the percentage. What's the best? What's the percentage on it? Like on average? Do you recall that? 20%.
That's what they're saying when they were filming stuff like around Jurassic World.
Double that, then, because you're also got to take into fact that it's not just we're securing some masks and some extra people, blah blah blah. There's also this fucking greedflation price gouging economy we live in, where they could be triple charging for not just for those things, but anything they used to get: hotel rates, transportation, fuel.
But also, we're kind of missing like the big elephant in the room of how COVID could. I don't know if it did, but could have if the crew actually gets COVID.
This is where the benefit of maybe doing Avatar all 3D in a hangar, you know what I mean, benefits you more than taking a crew around the world. You understand what I'm saying?
You know that? Because the Batman actually had to shut down due to COVID and and such, and like I don't believe that budget like ballooned massively because of it.
Right.
Like people during the Jurassic World filming, like had it.
The Batman. It says according to I'm seeing 100 million. Does that sound right?
I assume it's a little bit more than that, but
yeah.
Well, still, they
were shooting that. They shot all the
budget
stuff before COVID. The hangar stuff was all done during COVID.
Wikipedia says it's 185 to 200 million.
That's probably better, yeah. Like the thing is, with Batman, they were trying to shoot on location, and then COVID happened, and then they readjusted their plan and filmed at the Warner Brothers lot in the UK, like on all the sound stages and whatever. Like, they fully had to shift
Indy used
plan.
real world locations. I mean, I was listening to, I listened to 2 interviews, right? So the one I listened to was with Kathleen Kennedy and Frank Marshall, right? They did an interview with Empire Magazine.
Be right back.
And Kathleen Kennedy was saying, she never really bad talks a previous film, right? But she was saying in regards to Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, if there's anything that they learned from that movie was basically George and everyone involved wanted to shoot the movie here in LA, right? Or locally, because they all had kids and families. And Indiana Jones is generally takes place in the world. So the movie didn't look like it was in the world. It looked like it was a digital set, and that was something that they didn't want to repeat, And then I think coincidentally, when I was listening to that, I also listened to an interview with James Mangold. He did with Edith Bowman on Soundtracking, the podcast Soundtracking. If you like the movie, man, that's a good one to listen to. But
I'm
he did
in the middle of the road with that movie.
Yeah, so he Mangold did say something I thought was interesting. I don't know if I agree with, but it's interesting, where he was saying that, you know, the first three indie films, first three take place in the 30s and 40s, the golden age of cinema. So they're recreating that, and he thinks the problem with Crystal Skull is that it takes place in the 50s and doesn't recreate the 50s cinema, doesn't recreate the movies of 1956 or 57 or 58 or anything like that. It's recreating the 30s through the lens of 50s cinema. So he didn't want to do that. That's why he did the CG opening, which gave you that. But then he wanted to put Indy in 1969, 1970s Flight of the Condor, like cinema in the movie. And I'm like, I hear you saying that, but I still don't get like 1968 and 69 was Bullet. You know what I mean? Steve McQueen. I'm not getting like that reference, but then okay, if that's if India is a place of realness, right? And that's a modern thought Kathleen Kennedy has now, then a CGI Harrison Ford doesn't help with that, right?
A CGI Harrison Ford running on top of a CGI train with a CGI background. Like,
but you see what I mean? Like,
but from their end on the methodology, young Harrison Ford looking back at it and how fucking everybody comes their fucking panties when they see Luke Skywalker, I don't think it was a crazy choice. I agree with you there.
Right, it just needed to work. Like, and behind the scenes, they needed it to go. Here's how I was making this comment to, you know, we got a Jim Perry tags me on Twitter all the time, which not soon because I'm going to be out that thing. You know, and he was like, I like the CGI. And I'm like, here's the thing, man. If this CGI was really working on Harrison Ford, with the strike going on right now, you'd hear left and right, this is gonna, now they can just they can just get young Harrison Ford, they can just digitally recreate any actor, young Clint Eastwood, they don't even need us anymore. It would be a conversation happening right now, the way that was a conversation.
When the AI debate has already been settled on the strike, though.
It's not been settled, I'm telling you. Like, if this thing was really working,
it's been fake. It's been fake the whole time because you can't copyright written AI art and AI art.
Yeah, but they can actors can license themselves.
Oh, that
and their younger version. That's what you'd be hearing right now if this took off. This is, you got to go see this because it's crazy. You're not hearing that conversation. You're hearing, well, I didn't mind it, or I thought it was okay. That's not the same as that when something really works.
That would be
get
SAG
afraid.
Though, and we haven't heard fucking shit from SAG. Like, you hear stuff from the DGA, you hear stuff from the WGA all the time. SAG, they're just like
SAG in negotiations. They approved an extension, right? So they're still in.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't say anything. Like there's not, you don't get headlines from SAG. Is what I'm trying to say. I don't know why, but you don't.
We've gone way off track. We've now like debating some of Indiana Jones. We were on budgets. Dune came out in 2021, right? That was shot in 2020.
Right.
Dune cost 170 million to make, and that was on location. Like,
yeah, but it was desert.
I know,
but shoot out anywhere. Just go shoot it out in the desert.
These, like, films that cost like 250, 300 million to make. And they look not great, you know. And
well, some do. I can name one that does, but
what are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about now. You lost me.
I don't know. Third highest grossing film of all time. I don't know.
What, Titanic?
I honestly thought
you go look that one up.
I thought he was going to say Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, because that cost like around 300 million.
I haven't seen the movie. I can't tell you what it looks like or doesn't look. You know, it looks like Mission Impossible to me in the trailers, but I can't tell you if it looks like $300 million or not. I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah,
but you know,
look, man, I want people to be. You gotta give me some credit. I came back from Avatar 2, going, hey man, I love the movie. I don't like the score, and I stand by it. You know, I don't like the score to Avatar 2. I don't think it's. I get Simon Fengren, and I understand where they're coming from, and I understand how difficult the whole thing was losing James Horner. I don't like the music in that movie. I thought they should have got Hans Zimmer or Alan Silvestri or someone. You know, to really, it's not, the music is not the same as Horner's work in Avatar 1. It's just not. It's not even the same as any of other Cameron's movies, to be fair to you. Like, it doesn't propel any of the narrative forward, especially the underwater stuff. Like, when the shark attack hit, I don't know, it just doesn't work.
When you're trying to go with like a David Zaslav sort of approach where you make something good, therefore you think you don't need to spend money to promote it, though, and you start to move like out on like this like Ahsoka series and stuff, and with Twitter being unreliable, but also a distribution method to millions of people, though. Like, I'm wondering how they end up with the Twitter issue making Disney Plus promotion cheaper. That's the thing is I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel yet. Yeah.
Well, you look at Secret Invasion, like that just released, and the marketing in the run up to that was like kind of abysmal. Like people kind of forgot it was coming out, and there was no buzz or excitement on the run up to it. Even if you think back to Mando season 3, there was a lot of people saying they didn't know it came out, that it started airing inside our pocket of fandom, of course. We know when Pedro Pascal takes a shit, but casual audience, like,
wait, he just peed. Wait, now he's shitting. He pees before he shits like the rest of us. Go ahead.
Some of us actually have this as an app. I'm just not going to say who. Some of us do.
But it's called Pedro Pascal's.
It's the iPilot. No Curb reference?
No,
yeah, but
not today.
It's I don't know. The Disney marketing thing hasn't been strong like this year anyway for like the Disney Plus shows.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, like, going forward, because they've taken hits on some of these movies this year, like if they sort of copy Zaslav, and again, it hasn't been successful for him, but try to implement smaller marketing budgets going forward.
I think the opposite would probably win out from a business standpoint. Not that I want this, but smaller budget on the production and higher promotion, because if other people aren't paying for the promotion and then you're the only one out there, you're probably going to end up ahead.
That's probably what's one of happen. These movies that has come out in the last 6 months had a really cool Burger King tie-in, old school promotional campaign, Jason. And one of those, and that movie has done quite well at the box
I want that
office.
To be true, Rob. I want that to be true.
Look, it might be total coincidence, but it's working in my favor, so I'm rolling.
No, I want that to be true. I just don't know if it actually connected or not.
If Barbie has an exclusivity with Popeyes, I'm just telling you right now, like you're gonna increase that ticket count.
Barbie, I mean, Barbie has so much going for it though, just because like you have like a beloved fucking toy line for women with Margot Robbie, who it's like, who doesn't want to go look at her on top of that? And then you got like Ryan Gosling in it, and you have, and it's a comedy in a sea of like multiverse boring nerd shit.
But let me show you the power of fast food promotional stuff, even if it goes wrong, right? The Grimace Shake. You're not getting the Grimace Shake promotion. Like that shit has taken off in a way they never could have planned, but only because it is McDonald's and it's a fast food thing and it's a Grimace. There's not a corny. There's a endearing corniness to fast food promotional tie-ins that can really work in your favor. You know, because even if you don't like the market, you can still get some fries and a shake and then stare at the ad. Right? When it's a movie trailer or a commercial or an ad on your phone, you're just trying to get around it half the time. You're trying to move out of its way, not look at it, don't pay attention. So like I thought a big mistake when the second Spider-Man movie came out with Mysterio was that we didn't have a Mysterio mug, like, because he's got a dome head. Like you should have a Mysterio fucking cup, like with the dome, with the, like a nice rainbow slushy in there.
Is Turtles gonna have a pizza tie-in? Because if Turtles has a pizza tie-in,
it does have a pizza tie-in.
And Turtles rocks, then I'm gonna say we got a pattern.
Yeah, it has a pizza tie-in.
Who is it? Little Caesars? Because I don't know about that
Pizza
one.
Hut. Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Batman. The Batman had Little Caesars, and they gave out cool posters. I like them.
And everyone talked about the shittiest bat pizza ever, right? Like,
it was good. It was good. I don't know what you're talking about.
See?
Yeah.
I told you this story the other day, Jason, about this guy on TikTok who last year he got a job at Little Caesars just because they were giving employees hats with the Batman on it. And as soon as he got the hat, he quit. That was his only goal. And he's now applying to Pizza Hut.
This is what I'm telling you. Yeah. This is the one thing that has not changed, Jason, since we've been kids. And I can prove it because they just released those stupid fucking McDonald's Halloween buckets last year, and everyone ran out to grab them. Cheesy, fun, fast food promotions work. big time. I'm
I
telling
want
you,
my
man.
Batman cinnamon twist and my Batman pizza. I do.
But
I like
Barbie's tracking for like a large opening weekend, right? So, but Barbie doesn't have that sort of tie-in. I think Barbie's working in completely different way. Like obviously it's everywhere on social media and it's very popular amongst like all different demographics. Like even on the in meme culture, like the idea of like the film bro Twitter all being invested in this movie, like and it releasing alongside Oppenheimer, it all adds to the promotion and the excitement of that movie's release.
Yeah.
Remember when they tied the KFC to episode 1 and put Gungans all over the buckets? Like that was genius, right? You could buy a bucket of fried Gungans for like a family meal. Well, these days it probably cost you $60.
If you want a Sebulba cup topper, they had you covered. If you wanted a Watto cup topper, also covered. Boss Nass, covered.
I gave up on KFC. It priced me out, I can't justify it no more. Just McDonald's, That's all I'm going for.
Just
That's smart. Yeah, they got decent fries.
Send me coffee money so I can buy a Wicked Zinger meal, please.
Yeah, get this
Grimace shake.
As a true, who's a big content creator on YouTube, says, I'm still rate limited. They also killed old TweetDeck because it bypassed rate limiting. It's affecting my numbers a lot too. Also, Threads now launches in less than 3 hours. So
I'm gonna wait 24.
Please?
Yeah, I try never to do it right when it launches.
Why?
I'll give it a day.
Why?
Because everyone jumps in and doesn't.
If you're not first, you're last, Rob.
I think that's why they
I love being last.
3 hours earlier though. It's because everybody thinks it's going to release tomorrow. Releases at 3 p.m. my time. Like it's global launch at the same time, right? But if they push 3 hours, from 3 hours from now, most people don't know that because if you go on like Threads, I think this still gives you. If you search in Threads in the search handle, it gives you a ticket and it tells you like the release time. I still think it says its initial time of release. So they might be trying to push this early, like a soft launch, just so they aren't overwhelmed when the thing launches at the time they first said.
Right.
And it's called Threads, an Instagram app. When you want to search for it, if you just type Threads, it doesn't really come. It doesn't come up.
Well, if it takes off, then no one will associate Threads with anything but that app. So
no, but I'm saying it's not the first thing that comes up in search right now, which is not not a good thing on the App Store for iPhones, for what it's worth.
No,
Threads,
I don't know.
As it true says that the Threads website says 2 hours 12 minutes right now.
Oh, so they yeah. There you go.
So
I like how he's got like the war room set up.
Yeah, like he's ready for Threads. He's like
he is.
He's ready.
Yeah. I get it.
Oh shit! Azutru went full Little Nicky. His response is Popeye's chicken's fucking awesome. He says, I had my first Popeyes the other day. Was good. Azutru doesn't use that language though, so that was
their coleslaw's horrible though.
Is
it? It's not good. It's not good.
You sound like half like a Little Nicky and half like the pedo on Family Guy.
It's the worst. It's the worst voice I've ever heard. I like it. This should be a character. Little Besky.
Little Besky.
Oh wow! Azutru says no Android app at launch is laughable. Laugh out loud.
I think actually confirmed that though because it appeared in the Google App Store like over the weekend.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Like that's where I sent you like a little video of it with like the screenshots.
Mm-hmm.
It's that was because it appeared on the Google like Play Store.
Maybe they're haven't
just not allowing them to pre-install it like they're on iOS.
And I'm also going to suggest that maybe the app isn't done and they're noticing the big interest in it and they're going to allow for a pre-install even though it's not ready, just to get you queued up for it when they are. I don't know. But anyways, everything that we have in the past is likely going to change. And I thought it would change after Ahsoka. That was my initial, and I don't have any confirmation of this. So this is just me kind of speculating, but after talking to a source, a very, very valid source today, I'm a little bit like, I think we might see some of the stuff that happens with Ahsoka here at the end might be a hint of what's to come on the next ones. I know that sounds obvious, but I think they might be trying stuff before they intended to. Stuff that they were going to do with Skeleton Crew may be applied to Ahsoka in this last month.
To promote Ahsoka, they just need to deal with KFC, Jason.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm confused though, Jason. You explain this one to me.
Okay.
If they were supposed to show stuff off at the Essence Festival, how'd Twitter mess that up?
It was supposed to like release online at the same time.
Oh, so they showed it at the Essence Festival.
They were supposed to be during the Disney virtual showcase, and they didn't even show it there.
They just pulled it.
So it was supposed to air virtually to us as well as get its own release at the same time, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, and they were already like saying like, hey, here you go. They already had the actor who plays Ezra Bridger. That's not Mina Masao. I remember his dumb name more than the real guy's name at this point. Yeah. Basically saying like, hey guys, set your pants to shit in his own way. And then
hold on, I'm dialing that in.
Yeah, setting the pants to shit. And then for like no reason. And so those little Twitter things. I don't know. I don't know how mad they are at Twitter, but I have to imagine it's pretty fucking mad. I have to imagine it's like pretty fed up. And companies. This has industry-wide ramifications. In this instance here, it affects us directly because of this fucking big baby man who decided to buy a fucking social media platform to tinker with it. We didn't get to see fucking Ahsoka.
Mission Impossible was about to release, and like everybody's reactions and everything, like which they all put out on social media, that adds to that's free promotion for them. Like that adds to like the excitement and the anticipation to remind people that comes out on X day or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Nobody's doing that. Like people, like even if you just look at Twitter at the moment, people are generally tweeting less. There's less people tweeting.
Oh yeah.
There's obviously less people viewing tweets as a whole too. Like everybody's actively cooled down on it. Whether they're looking for alternatives, whether they're stuck in the rate limit like Azatru, or or they're just done. They've called it quits. Like
that's me.
It's an absolute clusterfuck at the moment, and like I said, we're all feeling the effects of it, and like we're small time essentially.
Yeah.
But you got these $1 million, billion-dollar companies that rely on this thing as a marketing tool. They're gonna be fucking furious with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've had it was the last straw for me on the weekend. Like I will still have to use it as again a marketing tool. Most of my clicks come through Twitter for like my website, so I kind of still have to do it. I still have to tweet out links and stuff there. But I hope there is a competitor that overtakes it, that succeeds it. I hope it is Threads, even though Zuckerberg is at this point the less of two evils, it seems. So I don't know. I've kind of given up, with Twitter.
Yeah. No, that's exactly that's how everyone feels about Twitter right now, and it's for completely irrelevant reasons. Not I'm gonna say irrelevant. I mean they're for reasons that did not need to be. That's the shame of it. That's what's so stupid about it. It's fucking amazing. On one hand, I laugh. The anarchist in me is like, yeah, let's burn the whole thing down, and maybe out of the rubble, something better will come up. But I know that's unlikely to happen.
If Azatru can't get Threads, he should make his own app called Azatruth Social.
That's the Truth Social. Good. That's good again.
Why you gotta associate
as a truth?
As a Truth Social fascist site. Just call it.
As a Truth Social is just about just fucking talking about video games, just chilling, dude, enjoying yourself. You like Transformers?
It's called As a Truth.
I like Transformers.
As a Truth. So everyone has a truth there.
No, but he's the As a Truth though.
As a Truth Social, man. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. It's like,
does he type in all lower cases instead of all caps? Does he find his own? Dude, we're gonna go back to remember when people were typing in all emojis for one summer? Everyone thought they were fucking clever until the eggplant ruined all their fun.
The eggplant ruined.
No one remembered the egg. No one thought of the eggplant until people were typing in emojis. I'm telling you.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever text anybody who was when you're like dating somebody, like all trying to be edgy, and so they'd only type in like all lowercase. Like that was very popular amongst people my age when I was like 18. All the
been with my wife
and wherever
since 2004. As the truth, there's no texting.
Just call him as the truth.
Call me as the truth. Not all British people are the same, Rob. Right?
Yeah, as it's just from Nottingham, like the sheriff of
British
Nottingham.
accents, And
that's why he's so nice, because he doesn't want people to think that he'll kill people and eat their hearts with a spoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how the line went? As the truth says, I once had an app back in 2012 when there was a thing for YouTubers to try and get more views. So that was a secret. That was the secret. He once had an app.
Is there a way we can go in the Wayback Machine and get that app? I want to put it on my phone. I want to be only one active user.
As a true social. As a true social. That's what it's
not promote. Let's not promote that. Let's not promote.
What would be
Santa's
funny
racing to get it.
Is if he did it, he would have all of these really stupid Republicans trying to get True Social and showing up onto it and just being like, this is about our freedoms, right? And he's like, nah, dude, this is about like Transformers Dark of the Moon. It's like pretty cool if you think about it.
This is why Transformers the last night whips off,
Yeah, dude, it's like I don't know. I want to be mad at this guy, but he's just so nice and he's just having such a good time. I can't fault somebody for enjoying themselves. And then as the truth changes the world at that point.
It talks about Bionicle and Transformers and Indiana Jones video game.
It's like this generation's If I Could Buy the World a Coke. Everybody's just like, you know what? Cool, man. Thanks. But all right, guys. Well, we did it. We've done our hour-long show.
As you can tell, news is very fucking slow these days.
News is slow.
I mean, thanks, Strike.
Thank you, Strike. It's D Reich. We'll be. What day is it today? It's messing me up. Today's Wednesday.
Jason called Striker at one point.
Yeah, I was Striker for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So we'll be back tomorrow at 1:00.
It's
Standard Time. Normal day. Talking about the show. If the story might develop, it might not. Who knows? It might just be like this simple. I know that some of the tentative things that I was hearing about Ahsoka stuff sounds like it could be off now. For what it's worth,
it's canceled.
No, but likely and it was a very obvious stuff. Very obvious.
Jason,
stuff.
Is Luke Skywalker in Ahsoka?
No, he's not Amy.
No.
But will Luke Skywalker be in Ahsoka? Is what I want to know.
No, I think right now the final trailer at the end of the month is going to have a different date. Might be earlier for all I know.
Is Kira in Ahsoka?
Yes.
Yeah.
Black Sun, Crimson Dawn. Who else? Who else? Jeff Bridges.
Boba Fett's in it.
Boba Fett's in it.
Ray.
Darth Maul. Animated Darth Maul's in it. He's a cartoon.
Starkiller's in it.
Starkiller's in it. Yeah. Starkiller is in it. Barriss Offee.
What was that guy's name? He was a Jedi, but he was a fucking moon or wherever he was. He's that ball thing.
Well, I have to throw the one I fucked up. What's the one I fucked up? The pilot. The pilot from Mandalore.
Pilot from Mandalore.
Rick Oley?
No, the guy, the Mandalorian is like a pilot, and he was supposed to be in Mandalorian 3. Remember that guy? Like Rab Boner Fifth. Okay, what's his fucking name?
The guy who flew into space?
No, the guy who was supposed to be in Mando 3, and then he wasn't. I was wrong.
Fucking Kevin McKidd.
Kevin McKidd's character, he's there. He's going to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
Who else could be in it?
Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt's sister. Tina the Hutt's in it. Warwick Davis, he's in it. He's playing a tall character. That's the irony. Fen Rao.
Oh, I heard he was in it as the Leprechaun. Crossover event.
Yeah.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge. She's in it.
Actually, you're wrong, Rob. It's actually Phoebe Bridges.
Phoebe Bridges in her skeleton suit.
Lizzo.
From the Kyoto video. Who else we got? We got the Ben Ash. The Ben Ash is going to be in it. Playing the clone song. They're doing it again. Who else we got?
The cast of Glee. The cast of Glee is going to be in it.
Cast of Glee, yeah.
I hear that the Star Wars Santa is actually cameo in this one.
Star Wars Santa is in it. He's playing the guy from at the end of Andor season 1 with the Santa Claus beard, but they couldn't get him over in the States, so they just got
John F. Kennedy Jr.
I thought he was playing Rathaga Den.
Rathaga Den.
He's making his return on Disney Plus. John F. Kennedy Jr. This whole time we've been waiting.
Azatru's in it. He's playing a droid that can transform. You know?
Yeah, he is. And he has
turns into a gonk.
I was thinking more of a mouse, to be honest.
A little mouse.
Old man Jar Jar's in it.
Old man Jar Jar. Yeah, it's gonna be great, guys. All right, we'll be Rural Farm Boy is in it as well. Irony is he's not a farm boy, he's a farm man. Definitely a farm man. So, but we'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Become a channel member if you want to support the show. Read Bassin Bulletin. Let's support him on Patreon and give him a coffee. Give him a tip.
And then follow Rob on Threads to give him drawing tips.
Drawing tips, yes. Yeah, tell him.
I can't follow me on Threads because the app is not in the Google Play Store. So
just always say,
I guess I will not be on it.
Quote Napoleon Dynamite and say you need more shading on the upper lip. Just say that every time. You'll appreciate it.
Which lip though, Jason? That's what we're talking about.
All right. Yeah. Hopefully not some of that Barbie fan art you're doing. All right, everybody. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Bye, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us today, Bespin.
No worries.
Bye.
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
You know you should go.
Come on, let's go.
It's not about spaceships.